St. Louis, could this be your biggest non-league test of the
Yeah, we think it's going to be probably the more talented team or the most talented team we've played to this point. Obviously, they've got some big wins, Butler last weekend, Seton Hall. So going to their place, it's not a neutral site like we played them in Portland a year ago. So true home game for them. It's going to be a heck of a challenge.
How do you take your 3-point shooting that you had Saturday on the road?
Good question. Just a matter of mental toughness, just having the confidence. It was great that we saw a bunch of them go in. So hopefully the guys will just carry that forward for us.
Ethan said you were actually saying to guys, hey, take them. You were encouraging to take those.
Yeah,
shots.
we know we've got good shooters as long as we're taking good ones. And the right guys taking them at the right time. We felt like we maybe had a couple. We shot a little early, but that's something that we feel can be a weapon for us, and we've been waiting for it to kind of come through and show. But we kind of talk to the guys, when we do a lot of breakdown, a lot of shooting in practice, not just going game speed, but not accepting missing, and we watch, and guys will just miss. It's not like you need to freak out but pay a little more attention to be in a line to the squared up to the hoop, dropping your hips and getting into your shot. So we challenged them, don't allow yourself to miss, challenge yourself mentally. Guys did that a little bit over the week, and whether that had anything to do with that, I don't know. But I think when the first couple went in, you kind of said, we told the team, don't let them get going early because the thing will grow to a hula hoop. And we didn't defend very well, but we kind of did the same thing on the other end. So it was good to see our guys make some shots, but certainly moving forward, we know we got to be better defensively than we were the other night.
What challenges does St. Louis present specifically?
They're very physical. They play a slow down, sort of a methodical style at times. They mix up their defenses from 1-3-1, 2-3, man. They really get after you. They're a physical team, physical and athletic team, much like we saw out of Old Dominion and Missouri. So we feel like we've had some tests there, but they're probably from top to bottom the more talented team that we've played.
How close do they look like the St. Louis team you played last year?
Oh, they're improved. They had some guys sitting out. Obviously, they've got some maturity. Goodwin kid's got a big year of experience under his belt. So the one thing that we took away from last year's game is we were really beat up. I mean, Drew and Ethan spent most of the night in the bathroom vomiting. They had food poisoning. Trace got it the day of the game. Was in the stall before the game at halftime. So we were pretty beat up, but hopefully we'll be a little bit more healthy by the time we get to Sunday. But they're a very, very good team. It's going to be a heck of a challenge, like I said.
You've brought up the defense from Saturday a few times. What game would you say this year you played consistently in defense?
Every other game.
The best.
Every other game but that one. We were home teams under 40%. We did a really good job. That's the one game that we didn't do as good a job.
With Stevie, how have you seen his game change, if at all, since he's been home?
Probably he's become a better playmaker. It's the one thing we talked about. He was a really good scorer when we got him, but that's not going to be good enough. Teams will just put a guy on you and blanket you everywhere you go. You've got to be able to make plays for your teammates as well. And I think playing the point for a couple of years helped him get to where he could do that and add that to his arsenal a little bit. So his court vision's improved, and he's just a dangerous weapon because he can shoot it, he can put it on the floor, and now he can find the open guys as well.
And with guys, did you see once they reach their senior year, they kind of have that urgency, that last time around sort of feel?
Some do. Some kind of go the other direction and get senioritis to where they don't want to let go. Maybe they're afraid of what's next, and we've seen that a little bit where they'll come up with some injuries or that sort of thing. I'm not saying that's anything with this year's team, obviously, but it's kind of an interesting dynamic. Some guys are really excited to go out with a bang and get onto that next step, and others get a little bit maybe fearful of the unknown, what's coming down the pike. So it's great that Stevie's playing at a really, really good clip right now. G was, before he got injured. So those two guys being our only two seniors, it's going to be key that they continue to play well once we get G back and set the tone for the rest of the group.
Having had played at Long Beach and won there, how will that In what way will that help?
Well,
you
not just that game,
Sunday?
the games at the Virgin Islands. I mean, we've won 3 games on the road, whether you call them true road games or not. Our guys are comfortable now going out, knowing how we have to play, the discipline from start to finish. So I think those experiences will be great.
With that being said, how important is a true road game like this for a team like yourself that has tournament aspirations?
Again, it's great. You know, we wanted to challenge ourselves. Not too many Pac-12 teams are playing true road games. You know, you saw Oregon took on a big challenge at Houston. Houston, a really good team, and took them to the wire. So it's great to test yourself because, you know, it all comes down to winning some games on the road in league. So excited for the challenge.
Anything new on G? He mentioned last week, 4 to 6 weeks, but he wasn't really sure at that point.
No, nothing new. He wanted to know if he was going to travel, and I said, yeah, you might be healthy by Sunday. Kind of caught him off guard, but nothing new along those lines at all.
In Saturday's game, are you getting pretty much what you want from him in all areas?
You know, we need him to be a little bit more of a force on the defensive end, keeping the ball in front, getting the shooters. You know, it's tough because we're relying so much on him from him offensively, but you know, and other coaches that know our league that we've played talked about, you know, our perimeter defense is going to be key to our success once we get into conference. So, you know, keeping that ball in front, shutting down the other team's best scorer. We've got to have some of those guys step up in that area. And he's come a long way, but we need to continue, not just himself, but the rest of the guys out there, get to where we're able to lock down some of the opponent's better scorers on the perimeter.